This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
First responders in Martin County gathered in Warfield early this morning searching for a man who's been missing for more than 2 weeks. WYMT's Buddy Forbes was there as crews searched the water.
A December 13th traffic stop led to a long night of searching for the Martin County Sheriff's Office after Sheriff John Kirk says a man abandoned the truck he was driving and ran toward the river behind a home near Warfield.
We brought in a drone that night to attempt to locate him. We were unable to locate him. We had no idea who this individual was at that time. We ran the tag on the vehicle, came back to a female in another county.
Kirk says they tried to find more information about the man for weeks, but it was not until Sunday when the family of David Blevins Jr. reached out about the missing Johnson County man that the department got its first lead.
As soon as we found that out, we started trying to add everything together, and we were able to confirm that possibly this is the person who exited the vehicle that night.
His family said Blevins, who investigators connected as the man who fled from officers, had not been seen since the night before his encounter with the department.
We're hoping that he didn't go into the water. The water that night, the temperatures were pretty frigid.
So the sheriff's office worked with emergency management and Kermit Fire Department Monday morning to begin a search of the Tug Fork River.
It's several miles downstream from where we're at here, so it's been a pretty good task, even just to get there to where to start the search.
And though their initial search did not find any signs of Blevins, Kirk says they will exhaust every resource.
We're not 100% sure. We're not sure that he went into the river, but he was seen going towards the river.
While maintaining hope that someone has seen him since that night. In Martin County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Kirk says the department is bringing in canines tomorrow, and if they alert to anything, divers will be put into place. The department expects the search to take several days. If you have seen Blevins, you can call 911 or call the sheriff's office at 606-298-2828. He had just left his favorite restaurant and was walking home like he did many other times. But Sunday morning, a Pulaski County man was killed by simply walking across the street. Today, we are learning more about Sherman Dick, who was a common customer at one fast food restaurant and was often seen going to church. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more.
It's like family here.
The inside of the South Somerset Wendy's will not be the same without seeing Sherman Dick.
He was a good man. He come through here every day, every morning, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. And he'd always get the single cheese, only mayo and tomato.
Shortly after breakfast Sunday, Dick was walking home when police say that he was hit by a car in the northbound lanes of 27. Police say he was in the crosswalk when he was hit. The investigation is ongoing, but as of now, they do not believe the driver of the car was impaired.
He was kind-hearted. Everybody loved him. And I took care of him. He was my life.
Sherman's always been here, so it's kind of weird, that we're not going to see Sherman anymore.
Even those that didn't know Sherman Dick knew of him, as they say that he was frequently seen walking up and down U.S. Highway 27, many times carrying a Bible or listening to loud Christian music. His family says he rarely missed a service at Denham Street Baptist Church.
I would take him to church every Sunday and every Wednesday. Or whenever they had a special, I would take him to church.
We took care of Sherman. Everybody liked him, and he always told me our boss is his best friend. So
police say Sherman Dick died of his injuries at the scene, but that numerous first responders rushed to his aid after the collision. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
We're told that funeral services for Sherman Dick will likely take place on Friday at the Denham Street Baptist Church. Services are being handled by Southern Oaks Funeral Home. The visitation for a man killed by a London police officer is going on right now. Police say Douglas Harless pointed a gun at them while they were trying to serve a warrant. But we have seen discrepancies in this case. Harless lived at 511 Van Zant Road. Dispatch audio says officers were serving a warrant at 489. We have filed open records requests to get body camera video and a copy of the search warrant. Harless's family is receiving friends until 8 this evening at Hart Funeral Home in Corbin. Police in Whitley County arrested a fugitive out of Georgia. Last weekend, officers found Travis Morrow at a hotel on Highway 92 West in Williamsburg. He was wanted on felony probation charges out of Georgia. The original charge also involved methamphetamine. He's now in the Whitley County Jail. In Wolfe County, police say counterfeit money is being used in the Kentucky River Valley. In a Facebook post from the Wolfe County Sheriff's Office, it says they have received some calls about it. The fake money will say for motion picture use only or in props we trust, but can still be mistaken for the equivalent of a real dollar. Police say they want business owners and community members to be aware of any cash exchanges.
All right, there are some places that will go under a wind advisory beginning at 7 a.m. Take a look at the maps here. Wind advisory will go into effect for Campbell, Claiborne, Wise, and Lee County in Virginia. This goes into effect at 7 a.m. tomorrow and lasts until 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Temperatures right now, 40s and 50s. Last hour, some places were still in the mid-50s, and right now there's only a couple places, Harlan, Williamsburg, Monticello, mid-50s. Otherwise, the majority of us in the mid to upper 40s. Now, live pinpoint Doppler radar is quiet as of right now. That will change as we go throughout the day on Tuesday, as rain chances will start to pick up. But tonight will stay mainly cloudy. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 40s throughout the overnight hours. By 7 o'clock in the morning, we'll see temperatures going into the low 50s. Again, keeping that rain chance in the forecast. That's courtesy of a warm front that's going to push through. We'll see one more day, that's tomorrow, with temperatures above normal. And then as we go throughout the week, the temperatures will take a nosedive. Details on that in the first alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thank you. Many lawmakers in the U.S. are reacting to former President Jimmy Carter's death yesterday at the age of 100. Here's what Congressman Hal Rogers had to say, quote, "While our politics did not align, I always admired President Carter's fierce resolve to lead a peaceful nation and his joint mission with his wife Rosalind to aid Americans in need of affordable housing. My wife Cynthia and I join the American people in saluting the service of President Jimmy Carter." Congressman Andy Barr had this reaction about the former president's death. Quote, "President Jimmy Carter was a man of service, humility, and dedication to others. His impact on our nation and the world will not be forgotten. My prayers go out to his family as we honor his legacy." Governor Andy Beshear announced flags at all state office buildings will be lowered to half-staff in honor of the former president. The order will remain in effect until Tuesday, January 28th. Here's part of a statement from Governor Beshear, quote, "Jimmy Carter was a true American. He lived through his faith and values each and every day, lifting up his neighbors and serving our great country through kindness and compassion. Brittany and I are praying for the entire Carter family and our country as we mourn the loss of this American hero." A young presidential historian in Whitley County made a personal connection with the former president. Reed Elliott is just in 8th grade, but his passion for presidents, especially Jimmy Carter, spans back to elementary school. In 2019, Reed traveled to Plains, Georgia for President Carter's Sunday school lesson, where he had the honor of meeting Carter. For Reed, Carter's legacy goes far beyond his time in the White House. He says he looks up to the former president's kindness and dedication to others.
He's such a role model to me and everyone else. Well, he's said before that he gets that from his family, and he's a family guy, and he's a hard worker, and he's out there with the people, and he's just a regular citizen, just like everyone else. I mean, in many things he's done, he's proof that.
Reed has been back to Plains many times since then, and he was even in Carter's birthday parade one year. On Sunday night, Reed sang a song at church to honor Carter. He says he will continue to share his story and carry on the legacy of the former president. It's an opportunity very few ever get in their lifetime. In 1997, a few Kentucky men got the chance to visit Jimmy Carter at his Georgia home. Mitchell Toll, Jenton Barano, and another photographer were there to sketch and film him for a project with Habitat for Humanity. Carter and the three men were together for hours. Toll says he learned a lot about the former president in that time.
He loves humanity the same way that I love my only grandson. There was something about his passion for people, his passion for the hurting, and he was also concerned with his own frail human inability to fix it.
When Carter and the men wrapped up their time together, the painting came to life. While many might only see a portrait of a former president, Toll and Barano said they saw a kind man with a lasting legacy. Former President Carter became well known for his work with Habitat for Humanity after he left the White House. In the summer of 1997, Jimmy and Rosalind Carter came to Pikeville for the Hammering in the Hills initiative. They worked to build several homes along with many volunteers. The former president also sat down on location with the late Tony Turner for Issues and Answers, and is still the only former president to appear on the program.
I never have left a project yet, I don't believe, without shedding tears of joy and emotion. It's almost impossible to describe how families, like our homeowner families, feel. All their lives, in most cases, they've been promised things they didn't get. They hear wonderful programs like the Great Society programs under Lyndon Johnson, and then still nothing improves. Well, we tell them in advance, we're going to start building your house Monday morning, and Friday afternoon you can move in your house. And they don't believe it.
You can watch the entire Issues and Answers interview with former President Jimmy Carter on our website. In April 1990, former President Carter spoke at the University of the Cumberlands, then known as Cumberland College. Carter was there to help dedicate the Old Wayne Rollins Center, a multi-million-dollar athletic and convocation facility. Hundreds came to hear Carter speak that day, and he was given a key to the city.
All right, weather headlines for tonight. One more day with temperatures above normal. That's tomorrow. The rain chances will pick up, and then